StraightPath makes money selling DBA as a service, but there are at least three situations, and I'll talk about those three today, where I'd probably tell you not to buy that service from us. And if you're in one of these situations, I'll actually tell you what you should probably buy instead. So the first bad fit is the kind of company where every recommendation has to go through 6 layers of approval. Nobody can make a decision, and everything gets analyzed until nothing happens. I've already had that full-time job. That was when I was working for a big, well-known insurance company. Analysis paralysis is the word I learned there. And that's a terrible way for you to spend your money if you want the experts to come in and help guide you, and then nothing can get done because decision trees or pride or vendors who are curmudgeons and won't let you change anything. It's not going to work out. Our model works really best when somebody actually owns and cares about the outcome. If all you can do is let us observe, document, and wait, you're probably paying for expertise you can't even use. I think you're the kind of company that should get a full-time DBA. And I'm not even, like, this may sound facetious. It's not, and there's no harm here. Get a full-time DBA who's really content with things the way they are. They're there to fix some problems. They might opine about some things, but they're largely just waiting for retirement. And that was one of the jokes of that insurance company. And that's why I didn't last there. Apparently I wasn't waiting for retirement, although it has some benefits. The second problem is you want the Geico security monitor. What the heck does that mean? Well, if you watch sports in America, there was a Geico commercial that went around, I don't know, 3, 5, 10 years ago, some number of years ago. And I talk about this one. I actually share this commercial with our team all the time. The scene is there's a bank robbery happening, and all the people are heads down, the robbers there with the guns, and there's a guy with a uniform on, and he's standing there, or he might be down too, but whatever the situation is, I don't remember the exact scene, but people look at him and say, "Hey, do something." And he says, "Oh, I'm a security monitor, not a security guard." And they're like, "Okay, well then do something." And he says, "Help, we're being robbed. Help, we're being robbed." That's not us. That's not us. We're not the company that's going to say, "Yep, you've got a problem." And you may be thinking to yourself, why would anybody want this? Well, we've had this conversation. We've actually let clients go who wanted this. Some companies want a managed SQL Server DBA provider to just acknowledge every alert very quickly, apply the quickest fix possible, close the ticket, and then, like a typewriter or like eating a corn on the cob, you go to the next layer and you start back over tomorrow and do it again, do it again, do it again. That collides with all of our values. Ownership mentality, the books that way behind us, are books that we share with our team, and that flies in the face of ownership mentality. I think it flies in the face of generosity for us. We don't want to be paid forever to chase the same pain. Number one, I don't want to do that to you. But my team doesn't want to do that. They're a bunch of geeks and experts. They're the authors, bloggers, speakers. They don't want to chase the same thing over and over again. We want to make a difference. We want to understand why something happened. We want to make the environment better. So hire the big name guys. There's a lot of great for that kind of customer, DBA as a service providers. Really big companies, big teams, offshore DBAs. They are really fast. They notice things. They jump on it, and they lean more towards stopping the pain right now. And if it happens again, it happens again. But you're not really paying per incident or however you pay with them. It doesn't cost that much more for them to just channel tools and a limitless supply of offshore DBAs at the same problem over and over again. I'll say one thing. After hours, fast response to alerts and clearing alerts is not a bad thing. If you want that, that's still us. We have a 15-minute P1 SLA. Our full-time DBAs are literally our on-call team. It just so happens that our team likes doing proactive work during the day better than waking up at 2 a.m. for something we could have solved once and for all and prevented. Some companies are just at a stage where they need or want a quick fix. They don't care about the root cause. They just clear the alerts, do it again, keep us online. That's not us. Those firms exist. They're probably sponsoring a SQL Server event near you soon. Go talk to them And I recommend them if that's what you need. The third one surprises people. Sometimes you just shouldn't hire managed services at all. Maybe you need a person. If you're somebody you just need 40 hours of solid work a week. Maybe it's running through a bunch of ETL packages, store procedure development, or you just have so much churn in your environment that the DBA team or the dev DBA, the production DBA is busy chasing tickets, and maybe they're like one part DBA, one part app dev, one part DevOps, one part developer, one part dancer. We're way too expensive for 40 hours a week. We're too expensive for 30 hours a week. We pride ourselves on being able to do our work in our quarterly allotment of hours, have hours left over for emergencies, and still make an environment good, or not good, but better than it was. But if you need that heavy, detailed 40-hour a week in the office work, go hire a contractor or an employee. Maybe, and we do this with a lot of clients, maybe you use us for the architecture, the mentoring. Maybe we help you hire that person. We help you interview. Maybe our senior DBAs review their work and handle the difficult escalations. But don't buy an expensive team like us when all you really need is a dedicated pair of hands full time. So before you hire any DBA as a service provider, just figure out what problem you're trying to solve. Do you need an ongoing team that owns outcomes and improves the environments? Do you need somebody to watch alerts, or do you really need a dedicated employee? Those are different purchases than DBA as a service. And a good provider should be willing to tell you when they're the wrong company for you, because everybody loses in the end.